I look forward to the segment every single week to just try to dive into some things that are going very, very well and focus on them and highlight those. And also highlight some things that are low lights and things that are getting under my skin. The first thing is the stock watch, the stock up portion. Always got to be positive. Jeremiah Smith. I could have gone another player that wears number 2 first. However, he'll be second in this little portion of the show. Jeremiah Smith is just so much fun. Even if he didn't win Big Ten Freshman of the Week, I probably would have put him first in this one anyway. Had his first rushing touchdown on an end around that he got the handoff from Will Howard. Had a touchdown catch thrown by Devin Brown, a really good ball by Devin Brown on a rope. He caught the thing one-handed. An amazing catch. Had another amazing and out-of-this-world out-of-body experience when he caught that other ball before from Will Howard on that same drive. And then to see him, that South Florida edge that he has, and just talking trash and not backing down from nobody and really showing, hey, I am made for this. I am built to play college football. He was fun to watch. And this is only going to be one of the awards that Jeremiah Smith wins this year. I do expect him to win more Big Ten Freshman of the Week awards. I expect him to win maybe Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week awards down the road, multiple. And it wouldn't shock me if he wins college football awards on the national stage at the end of the year, because he is that good. Stock up also on Caleb Downs, number 2. People have been waiting and waiting and waiting for, some would say, Caleb Downs to have just one of those games where he pops. That's not to say he hadn't been productive previously, but, well, some of the things you wanted him to see, we finally got to see against Michigan State. This young man had 6 tackles, had a tackle for loss, and he was one of those guys on defense that you had to know where he was pre-snap and then also where he was post-snap. There was a play that almost resulted in a Cody Simon interception that I do think was in part because at the pre-snap, Downs was at linebacker depth. Post-snap, he almost turned all the way around and sprinted back 10 yards to get back to cover the middle of the field. Well, Aiden Child saw Caleb Downs really turn around and run the other way. In comes Cody Simon, replaces him there on the defense. He almost throws an interception. I think that goes in part to, 1, the way Downs played on Saturday, but 2, you got to know where he is at all times. And Caleb Downs did a phenomenal job of playing ball against Michigan State. Stock up on Austin Siereveld. Going into the season, I would not have expected Ohio State to have a guy starting at left guard replacing Donovan Jackson who didn't play a snap last year. Not at all. That would have been on my bingo card, and I would have said, if you thought that, you are crazy. What's been crazy to me is how well Austin Siereveld has played this year. And as a guy that likes watching offensive line play, yeah, I'm one of those sick guys that does that. He has been so much fun to watch, seeing him go from left side starting a couple games to rotating with Taylor Shabola on the right side at right guard. He has been good. And he's been a great recruiting tool for Ohio State. Not saying we've seen the results of that yet, but it wouldn't shock me if Justin Fry and Austin Siereveld, that combination together, helps Ohio State recruit and that guys that are top-tier offensive linemen that lead to players committing to Ohio State down the road. Also, another stock up portion. Stock up on the Big Ten and SEC, potentially getting a scheduling pact. Now, you know that would have to be the SEC playing one more conference game, which is cool. And also, if they do a Big Ten SEC challenge in college football, that may help the SEC go from 16 schools to 18 schools. So it's 18 and 18. There's no way that the Big Ten would have a couple schools that wouldn't play the SEC every single year. However, I think this is great, especially in a year where Ohio State had a weak non-conference schedule. We know that there were some things that happened that altered that via conference realignment. However, I think this would be good for every Big Ten school. If you can play a school in the SEC, which is a better conference than yours, a school that conference that has almost the national champion every year, not every year, but if you can just go into a season, yeah, more likely than not, an SEC school will play the national championship and have a realistic opportunity to win it because they're just that good. Well, this kind of scheduling pact, this will help every Big Ten school's schedule. Now, somebody got to play Vanderbilt, and why not Vanderbilt play one of the bottom feeder schools in the Big Ten? Nothing wrong with that. I like this idea. Now, there's some other auto bid stuff I don't like, but I do like the idea of a Big Ten SEC scheduling pact if it includes a Big Ten SEC challenge. Stock down on the inconsistent linebacker play. It hasn't been atrocious from start to finish of games, but the linebacker play has to get better. Absolutely, desperately needs to get better. It's one of those things where you talk about Ohio State. I even said, man, like I got high hopes for CJ Hicks just because I think and believe in some of the things that they said about him in the preseason. Get on the field. It's not his time, man. And that's cool. But also, you got Sonny Styles trying to figure out how to play linebacker in college. You got Arvo Reese trying to figure out how to play linebacker in college. And the younger guy is the best guy and needs to play a whole lot more. But, man, the inconsistent linebacker play isn't great. Now, it's been a luxury that you played 4 schools, well, 3 non-conference schools that were group of 5 schools, and then Michigan State, who is better than advertised, but it's still Michigan State. So you haven't had to play elite linebacker play yet. But down the road, if you want to win the Natty, linebacker play has to get better. Stock down on the all-gray uniforms. Now, Ohio State this weekend is going to wear the all-gray uniforms. They unveiled them for the first time a year ago against Michigan State. That game was a home game in prime time on NBC a year ago. This weekend's game is going to be a 3:30 kick on CBS, America's most watched network, and I'm glad. I'm cool with that. I like the CBS. I like Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell on the call. I think they do a great job, honestly, a phenomenal job calling games. Just not cool with the gray uniforms. I'm not really a color rush guy either, so the all red, I'm not really all in on those either. I get that those are more Buckeye colors, and I wish if you did the red with the gray, maybe that'd be cool if they did it every single weekend, but I still think the red and the red top and the red silver pants, that's just more we're accustomed to, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like that a whole lot better. But the color rush, the all gray, no. Now, if you want to go gray bottoms, white top on the road, I'm cool with that. If you want to go gray top, black pants, I'm cool with that. If you want to go gray top, black pants, black helmet, black cleats, I'm cool with that. But the color rush all gray, the color rush all red, no. I'd be cool with the now. It's not. I'd be cool with the all white. I'm cool with the all black. But the all gray and the all red, the true color rush stuff, absolutely not. Stock down on more changes to college football. I was just reminded that college football is going to possibly have a new format for the playoff in a couple years. Why? They literally announced that might be a thing before the first year of this current format. The people in charge of this stuff are only in it for the money, which is cool. Like, having money is fine. Nothing wrong with it. If you're only in it for the money and you don't care about the product, maybe you shouldn't be in that situation, in that position. Because what y'all telling me right now, just let's get some other people a chance, man. Give teams like, I don't know, the school that's number 15 in the country, let's give them a chance. Why? They have literally showed you they're one of the top 25 teams in the sport. They're not one of the top teams in the sport. So if you're not one of the top teams in the sport, why should we give you an opportunity to win the national championship when you're not one of the top teams in the sport? It don't make no sense to me. And I guarantee if you went on the street to talk to somebody, it wouldn't make no sense to them either. I have done this before at various jobs I've had. I have talked to people about just different things that come up and change in college football, just to talk to them about things that are going on and to get their opinion on them. People think some of the stuff going on in college football specifically is stupid, because a lot of the stuff going on is stupid. And you know what's going to happen tomorrow, or maybe the next day, or maybe in a few weeks, someone's going to make a decision in this sport that's stupid, because they've been making stupid decisions with this sport for decades, and it ain't going to stop. It really annoys me. I don't normally use words like stupid on the show, but a lot of stuff going on in this sport right now is stupid. You know what else is stupid? Not regulating NIL. If you crack down on the rules of NIL and make it truly what NIL is supposed to be, the stuff going on with UNLV quarterback, a former UNLV quarterback, Matthew Sluka, wouldn't happen. The stuff going on where guys are saying, oh, we're going to end our high school recruiting. We're demanding you give us money. But you ain't done nothing in college. Why are you trying to demand I give you some money? Oh, if you regulate this stuff, it wouldn't happen. But you know what? They're not regulating it. The NCAA is just saying, hey, do what you want. And that decision is stupid.